Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek event. I am Penge and it's time to dig out your woolly jumpers, pop on your bobble hats and your gloves and climb into those thermal pants because we are going to play Frostpunk at long last. I've been looking forward to this for so long. I'm very excited to play Frostpunk. And yes, if you don't know what Frostpunk is, which I would be quite frankly surprised about, to be honest, because it's been all over YouTube and Twitch since it came out, what, a couple of weeks ago now? If you don't know what it is, it's a city building survival game set in the snow, which is the frost bit, and the world is this kind of parallel universe kind of thing in a Victorian era steampunk world. So that's where the punk bit comes from. They've combined the snowy bit and the steampunk bit to make Frostpunk. You see what they've done there? Now, I've tried to avoid everything about this because I don't want it to be spoiled. I've seen little bits and bobs. I've seen little sort of fragments of people playing it here and there. But for the most part, I've tried to avoid everything. So I kind of have a vague gist of how it works. And of course, it's going to be a city resource managey kind of thing with people. And it's going to be cold, presumably, given that there's snow blowing about everywhere. So, yeah, I've tried to avoid as much as I can. So I'm not sort of, I've not been led down certain paths or whatever by certain people or playthroughs that I've seen. So I think without any further ado, let's just get on with it. Let's start a new game of Frostpunk. This is going to be jolly exciting. Oh, I knew it was bleak. I knew it was a bleak game, a kind of bleak, depressing game with difficult choices. But even the menu screen has this sort of wistful, sad, solemn music playing behind it. Oh, dearie me. Okay, right, here we go. This is going to be fun then. Let's begin a new game, which starts with this bit here, which is a new home. Okay, so I just watched the opening cinematic and it's very, very beautiful and a little bit haunting, if I'm completely honest. So, general story is, everything was going okay in steampunk Victorian world, particularly in steampunk Victorian London, until the snow came. Temperatures dropped, snow came, pretty much everyone died. So some people, a group of people, who are presumably these guys here that I'm looking at right now, they got into this kind of great big steampunk kind of massive vehicle thing and headed north, and that's where we are now. So everything else is gone pretty much, and the objective is to settle the last city on Earth. So this thing here says, we fled from London and crossed the sea to reach the frozen north. On the way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst. Now the world as we know it has crumbled. Okay, right, it's painting the bleakest of bleak pictures. Okay, we have to survive. Yes, indeed we do. And I think this is going to be it. Okay, so here we go. So you will have seen this. If you know anything about Frostpunk, you will have seen this kind of thing. So this, I think, is our generator. So this is going to generate heat. There we go. Fight the cold. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Okay, seems logical enough. Stockpile coal, start the generator. Right, okay. So here we go, a little mission thing has popped up in the corner. Fight the cold. Stockpile coal, so 200 coal is required, and turn this thing on. Oh, and it looks mighty tremendous. Okay, something is increasing by 80. 80 homeless. Oh no, okay, that's a little house. That's a little house to show me there's 80 homeless people. People are content, which is good, and there is a fair amount of hope right now. Right, okay, is space pause? Yes, it is. Okay, right, it already wins points. It already wins points with me because space is pause, and that is always a good thing. Okay, so what are the things across the top? We've got coal. Well, we haven't got coal. That's a problem. No coal at all. Some wood, some steel, a steam core. I don't know what that does, but that sounds very dramatic. Some raw food and some food rations. Okay, I assume food rations are processed from the raw food. We're on day 1. There are 65 out of 80 people. Okay, yeah, right, that's the thing. Why are the people prohibited? Ah, yes, the children. The children do not join in unless you make them, I believe. And that's where this game kind of becomes that's the main challenge of this game. Dealing with difficult decisions and challenges and awful things that you might have to make in order, for your people to survive. You might have to make the big, horrible decisions. Okay, so we've got 50 people. What's that? 50 workers and 15 engineers. Okay, right, okay, so there's different types of people in there. That makes sense. Right, now I've not played this before, so the little tutorial things are going to pop up. However, I will go and read those and then come back when I've read them, because I don't think you need to see them all. So yeah, let me just go and read this one about resources and workforce. Okay, steam cores, these things here, are used in advanced buildings. Okay, so it looks like there are things dotted around. Right, there's some trees. Build a sawmill. Okay, right, so we might need to build a sawmill. Okay, so that would require wood and presumably steel, metal, I would guess. What's that? That's wooden crates. Ah, okay, right. That just gives us... Ah, okay, right, I see. So there's some wood just lying around. So we can go and get that. That's more wood, is it? Yeah, what's that? Kind of metal, steel. Right, you are. More trees. What's that there? Coal pile. Okay, that's what we need. We need coal piles. What's that? A big pile? Okay, that's a coal... Okay, right, coal deposit. I get that. That's more trees. That is a coal deposit. Can we spin round? Oh, there's quite a lot of these wood... There's quite a lot of wooden crates lying around. There's not that much steel wreckage. Is that steel wreckage? Okay, yeah, there's quite a bit of that as well. Do we get mines? Is there anything for a mine? What's that? A coal deposit. Is there an iron mine, or do we not have that? What's that on the wall? What's that just there? There's something hanging down. Oh, look at that. There's like big machinery bits hanging off the wall. That looks very good. Okay, right. So I don't think there's like an iron mine or anything that I can see. Anyway, maybe we discover those later. What's that actually? Oh, there you go. Iron ore deposit. Build a steelworks nearby. Okay, so you can get big deposits of these things, of coal and iron and, well, not a deposit of wood, but there's these sort of sticky trees, or we can go and get this stuff really quickly. Well, right now, I think we're in a bit of a bind because everyone's going to freeze to death. So let's send people out and get coal. Okay, how do we do that? How do we make you go and get coal? Do we click people? No, you're not at risk of getting ill. Family, alone in this world. Oh, this is all a bit... It's all very bleak. Coal. Was there something down here? Yes. Okay. So we can send 15 people to get that coal. Okay, well, let's send 15 workers to get coal. That would make sense. And, yeah, I think possibly even another 10 to go and get that coal just there. Because that's probably a good thing. Let's send some people to get metal. So we've got 25 people available. 25 workers. So let's send, I don't know, 8 to there. And then the rest... Oh, 15 people to get that wood just there. Okay, 10 there. So that's all the workers done. Now, the engineers can also come out and do this. I don't know quite what the difference is yet between a worker and an engineer. Are engineers just better? Are workers your basic labourers and engineers are a level up on that? I don't know yet. Okay, well, that's interesting. We'll find that out. Right, people are going to need houses, one imagines. I think people are probably going to need places to live. So, yeah, this thing here, the hammer, looks like a convenient construction-y type thing, doesn't it? And yes, we've got a thing here saying there's homeless people, so we might want to sort that out. What's that? The Book of Laws. Okay, there's some people... Oh, look at it. It looks so good. It looks so polished. Adaptation. Find ways to battle hunger, sickness, and apathy. Oh, they're different books. Maybe adaptation is the Book of Laws. Maybe you get other books, like the Book of Sciences or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so you can do these, can you? A fighting arena, emergency shift, child labour. Oh, this is where the stuff happens. This is where the tough choices are made. Child labour, safe jobs, or child shelters, a cemetery or corpse disposal, sustain life. What on earth is that? We can't cure the gravely ill, but we can at least keep them alive. Oh my goodness. We won't risk dangerous amputations with radical treatment. Oh, dearie me. Okay, so, this is about medical stuff of ill people. We'll try everything to cure the gravely ill, from invasive surgery to amputations. Oh my goodness me. We're going to have to make these decisions. Extra rations for the ill, ceremonial funerals. Ah, dearie me. And what's this over here? Soup? We can cook soup instead of full meals to feed more people with the same amount of raw food. Okay, that sounds good. Food additive sounds good. Yeah, we can add sawdust. No, no, not sawdust. Don't put sawdust in. We can add sawdust to meals to make them more filling, although not exactly tasty or healthy. That's lovely. So a new recipe: sawdust meal. Hope falls, discontent rises, and some people will get ill. Great. I don't really see the advantage in that. I don't see the advantage in eating sawdust. That is not a food additive. That is not what I was expecting. Okay. Well, we don't want to do any of those right now, but that was interesting. And that's the economy. Oh, right. Okay. I don't think we need to worry about that right now. I don't think we've quite got there yet. Okay. Construction. Tents. A thinly insulated shelter for 10 people to sleep in. Okay. That looks like a good thing. Right. Oh, look. It builds round the thing in a sort of circle. That's very good. Can you put it behind as well? So you can put further away. Well, presumably you want to build nearer this thing. If we're going to switch this on and it's going to make heat, we are going to want to put things near the middle, surely. So, okay, let's drop a tent there and tent there. Let's put a couple of tents in. That seems like a very, very good thing to do. Right, normal game speed. So do now people spring into life? People are going to go and do some stuff now, are they? So some people are going to build these tents. And everyone else is going to go and get the materials that I've asked them to go and get. Oh, look. Look at that. Now, it's a shame I can't zoom in anymore. I'd love to have one more level of zoom. You can start out here, and then one more zoom is there. So you get a tiny bit closer, then there, then there. That's it. There's kind of 4 levels. Look at that. They are forging a path through the snow. They are just ploughing through it. It's, what, 5 foot high? Big snow drifts. Right, they're all heading that way. Oh, God. It's so bleak. It's so bleak, but it's so well put together. Okay. So is anyone doing anything? People are building these. So these are under construction. That's a good sign. Right, that's finished. Is that finished as well? So yeah, we've got a tent. We've got somewhere for people to live. We've got somewhere for people to live. Now, we could do with switching that thing on. We could do with switching that on. It's minus 20 degrees at the minute. That's probably not great. That's probably not great. Everyone needs to be wearing, you know, double layers, hats, gloves, scarves. Don't forget your scarf. Put your scarf on. Yeah, that's not good. Oh, there's all the children playing. That's lovely. That is lovely. Oh, look, Margaret Frost. Oh, very good. Very good. Simon Frost. I see what they've done there. Mr. Frost in Frostpunk. Okay, lack of shelter. He's going to play and he has no home. But he's got parents. He's got Margaret and George Frost. And his status is an up arrow. Doesn't have any shelter for the night. We're forced to sleep on the ground. Oh, I'm sorry, Simon. I'm very sorry. What did that do? The temperature overlay. Ah! Oh, that's good. So if it's red, it's comfortable. Prevents you getting ill. Orangey colour is livable, so a low risk of getting ill. Very low. Then it gets a low risk. Then there's a moderate risk. Then there's a high risk. And a low risk of becoming gravely ill. And if you're freezing, there's a very high risk of getting ill. And a small risk of requiring an amputation. My goodness. Ah, this game doesn't hold back then. Right. Can we switch this on? Can we turn that on right now? Or do we need to stockpile all this coal first? I'm not entirely sure. Like, can we stockpile? Can we switch it on without 200? Or do we need 200 to switch it on? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Right, let me check if there's any tutorial things popped up that I've entirely missed because I've been blabbering on and looking at all the pretty things. Nope, nothing right now. I'm going to guess that it's going to tell me what to do when I get to the 200 coal that it's telling me to get to here. So once I get to 200 stockpiled, it will say, yay, switch the generator on now, please. And a tutorial thing will pop up. So let's have a look. 200 coal has been stockpiled. We have ticked this off. Do I now turn this on? Does that require 200 coal? Can I turn it on? It's inoperative. The generator is off. Okay, well, can I turn it on? Shut down. I don't want to do that. It is shut down. Well, do I press this lever? I'm going to press the button. The generator is off. 6 coal. 6 coal to turn on this steam level. Plus 1 temperature in all heat zones. 100% coal consumption. Oh, and it goes up 400% coal consumption. Ouch. Okay. So if we switch that on. Yeah, I'm going to brave it. Let's switch it on. And then, oh, look at that. It's melting the snow back. It's pushing the snow back. That's very good. The generator hums with reassuring warmth, but we shouldn't take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of cold reserves. Now, food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. Okay, a cookhouse then. So the generator is on. There is some form of heat. A cookhouse presumably is under food. Cookhouse and a hunter's hut. Hunters based here hunt every night, venturing beyond the city to track their prey. Okay, up to 15 raw food per day. And that, it just did a thing. Why did it just do a noise? Oh, okay, right, the work day is done, somebody just said. Ah, right, there we go, free time. Okay, they're on free time, so everybody's now not working. They are on their own time. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I bet there's a thing where I can change that. I bet there's a thing where I can meddle with that and basically make people work 24-hour shifts or something. Okay, the cookhouse. Well, let's put that. What's this thing here? What's that? Stockpiles. Oh, right. Okay, like a warehouse. Okay, so if we do this... Ooh, what's that? What's that? No roof over our heads. Captain, people are understandably concerned about the lack of shelter. They're falling ill from sleeping outside in this terrible cold. We better do something about it. Okay, fella with good hat. I'll provide some shelter. 2 days to provide shelter for 30 people. I'll provide shelter for everybody. 2 days to provide shelter for 60 people. Or I'm not going to bother and discontent will rise slightly. Well, I can't do that. but I don't think I'll be able to provide shelter for everybody. So it's going to be a case of 30 people. I'll provide some shelter. Yeah, I'll do that, please. Yes. And that pops up a little sort of mini quest thing down here. Okay, right, so now I've got to remember to do that as well. Right, a cookhouse then. Let's put it next to the warehouse, because that seems to make sense. And then, let's get ourselves a hunter's hut and put that next to the cookhouse, because then they're going to hunt and get the food, and they can put it straight into there and it can be cooked. Okay, that's good. That seems to be going well. Now I need to build some more places for people to live. Right, health. A medical post. Basic medical station with 5 beds. Treats common ailments. Okay, probably need one of those as well. Why can't I build that? Why can't I build that? It's got a tree. Wood. I haven't got enough wood. Oh dear. Right, I need some more wood. Well, for right now, let's put another tent. Like so. That's fine. So that's another 10 housing on there. That's fine. And there's a thing here. What's that? Captain. When facing demands, remember this. The people usually look for the quickest solution, not the best one. You don't have to agree to everything they ask for. If you fix the problem your way, it's fine. Okay, crossed arms man with goggles on your head. Right you are. Thank you very much. I'll bear that in mind. Splendid. Thank you. Okay, they can work on these. I shall hurry time on. In fact, I'll go and read this tutorial thing here about temperature, and then we shall speed time on until these buildings are finished. Ah, it says you can research generator upgrades that raise the heat output, expand the heat zone, and reduce coal usage. That is probably worth doing. How do we do research? How do we do research? I'm not entirely sure how we actually go about researching anything right now. I'm sure that will pop up at some point. Well, now the generator's on, what does that look like? Oh, look at that. They're red. They're comfortable. So there is preventing getting ill. So the people in these things are not going to get ill. That is tremendous. That's very good. Okay, people from our convoy. With basic resources secured for now, we can try to rescue the people we left behind. Build a beacon, scout Frostland, and save as many survivors from our expedition as possible. You need a workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. Okay, a workshop. A workshop indeed. Where is that? Tech? A workshop, and it's got a tree in it. It needs 15 wood. Oh, and I've only got 13. Okay, so we need some more of these. So coal is looking pretty good. So when this happens next time, let's pull back 5 people from there. Oh yeah, but do we need to assign people to work in here? Oh, we do. Yes, of course. Right. Okay. Well, let's put 5 workers in there for now. That's fine. Metal. Drag a couple of people out. Can you be hunters? How many hunters can we have? 15. Oh, we need some more people. We really need some more people. No one's going to that coal thing, are they? Right. Everyone come out of that. Everybody out of there. We need wood. We need wood. Wood is absolutely key. So let's put 5 people into there to go and get wood from there. That's maxed out. So the cookhouse is maxed out. And then we'll have the maximum available hunters. So 7 out of 15 hunters available right now. Okay. Oh, no. And there's a sick person. They're gravely ill and I can do... Oh, no, they're gravely ill? No, they're sick. No, gravely. Okay, and there's nothing I can do about it. Okay. Oh, illness and healthcare. That seems relevant. Right, okay, that was just telling me different ways of treating things. So the different tiers of buildings, there's like a little infirmary, and then a middling one, and then a proper big infirmary. They can treat people in different ways. So that's absolutely fine. Okay, so we need to build a workshop, build a beacon, whatever a beacon is, and rescue survivors of the lost expedition. And we've also got to provide shelter for 20 more people to pass our little sort of mini challenge thing. Okay, I think we've got this. Okay, what I might do is, I might just put very fast game speed on. So they're the hunters. The hunters are going out and doing some stuff. So I don't know where they go. They just go... They just sort of go over here and then it counts as they've climbed up the side of the wall or something, I guess. So they've gone out into the thing. They're going out and doing some stuff. They're going out doing some hunting. That's fine. They'll bring back some food. Maybe not today, because they weren't out for very long, I don't suppose. But yeah, they might come back with some stuff. I don't know. I've got to hold on. People are depending on me. Yes, Martha Townsend, people are. We're all depending on each other. It's all fine. Okay, right. So if we hurry time on, when do people leave? When do people go and do something? Oh, okay. About now. So free time. People on their normal work shifts are free to see to their needs. Okay, so these people are heading out early. Oh, well done. Well done, people of my place. This is very good. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so polished. Look at it. It's tremendous. Ah, and work time has begun. Well, there you go. People started early, so that's quite encouraging. That's a good thing. I like that. Okay, can we hurry time on until we've actually got some resources because we need an infirmary because people are ill. So health, medical post, we need 25 wood. So let's just hurry time on until we've got 25 wood. Right, okay, lovely. Well, let's put that there, look, in the middle of the housing area. And then people don't have far to go to get to it. Other people lying about can then go and build that, which is good. Now, I'm going to have to take people out to work in there, aren't I? I have to remove people. No, engineers. It's engineers who work in the medical post. So engineers, right. I'm going to assume, and now there is a workforce thing there, but I'm going to assume that regular workers just do the laborious jobs, whereas engineers can do slightly more difficult jobs or the laborious jobs. That's what I'm going to assume that is. Well, let's put a couple of people in the infirmary for now. In fact, do you know what? Let's max out the infirmary for now, because why the heck not? We've got 10 available engineers. They're not doing anything else, so we might as well get them doing something rather than nothing. So that's good. People go out and gather resources. Okay, what did it say to build? A workshop and a beacon, but I also need to build 2 lots of homes. So let's get that sorted first. Let's build the final 2 tents. So 1 there and 1 there. Why not? Splendid. And that should be that sorted. So that'll get this thing ticked off, and hopefully people will like me for that. I've got 1 day and 4 hours. Right, build a workshop. That was in here, wasn't it? There. So it needs 15 wood and 5 steel. Ah, well, I have that in spades. Okay, yeah, build the workshop thing round there then. And let's see what that does. I'm going to need to assign people to it, I assume. Okay, right, yeah, hurry time on. Let's see what happens when all these things are finished. Oh, I like that. The shadows of the sort of the canyon, the crater type thing that we're in are sort of rolling over it. It looks very, very good. It looks very good. Shelter promise fulfilled. Everyone feels relieved with the roof, even a flapping one over their head. Hope rises. Oh, that is good news. Oh, I like it when hope rises. I don't like the idea of people being on their own and out and about and sad. Okay, so there's 30 homeless people. That's, I mean, I was going to say that's fine. It's not fine, but it's better than 80 homeless people, which is what we started with. Ah, okay, yes, that explains it. So, some buildings, such as the medical post or the workshop, require intense mental labour from the people employed there, and as such can only be staffed by engineers. So engineers kind of can think about stuff there, the clever bods. Workers only provide manual labour. Children can't be employed at all. Initially, yes, but we can send them to work, can't we, if we switch on one of those little option things in your book of laws down here. Okay, right, so there was a research one. Let's go back and read that. Ah, okay, so there's different tiers of things that you can research, and there are different categories as well. Okay, so that should be in there then. Is that finished? Is that done? Okay, well, let's put 5 people in there, and let's do some research then. Why the heck not? So we've got categories of heating, exploration and industry. Ah, that's the thing it's telling us to research in our little quest sort of list thing. A beacon. Allows us to build a beacon. 10 wood. Allows us to send scouts to search the wilderness for goods and survivors and bring them to our city. Lookouts will also spot incoming groups of people. Okay, that's probably a very good thing to have, I would have thought. Costs 20 wood and 35 steel to build, and 10 wood, what, to research? It's going to cost 10 wood to actually do the research on that. Okay, that's probably a good thing. Resources, faster gathering. Oh, that could be quite useful, couldn't it? A coal thumper. Okay, like a coal. Is that a coal mine? I don't know. By pumping pressurized water into underground coal deposits, the coal thumper washes the precious resource to the surface, forming a pile of up to 560 coal per standard workday, enough for 2 gathering posts. Ah, okay, so it's not exactly, because there's coal mining just there. So I'm going to assume that that leads on to that. Coal thumper leads on to coal mining. It doesn't have a line there, though. It's a completely different kind of thing. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Oh, we've got a sawmill. Oh, yeah, no, that might be quite useful as well. That might be very useful to get our hands on. To get wood. Because wood it seems to be hard to come by. Wood is difficult to come by. Or a steel works for steel. Or hunter's gear. Okay, they can return with more raw food. Oh, now that's good as well. But they all take a day. They all take 1 day to research, and I don't think I can research 2 of them at the same time. Steam hubs. Steam hubs are what? When powered by the generator, these contraptions create additional smaller heat zones around them. Oh, they're like little generators. Okay, that's fine. And heaters are heaters to heat workplaces. Oh, right. Okay, so they're heaters inside a workplace. Right, you are. I'm very tempted to go for this sawmill. Just right now, get a sawmill and then do this beacon thing. Because the sawmill is going to provide us with wood, because wood seems to be very difficult to get. Wood is the slowest of the resources to get a hands on, I think. So if we build a sawmill, we can go and chop some trees down, and that's going to give us a lot of wood to then research more things. So yeah, let's do that now. 80 wood per standard workday. Yeah, that's quite a lot. So let's invest 10 wood, get a sawmill. Absolutely fine. I'm sure that's the best way to do things, and I'm completely ignoring this thing here. People from our convoy are like, I've had a beacon in a bit. It's fine. Don't you worry. It's absolutely fine. Is that still doing its job well? Oh, that is. Look at that. It's tremendous. Ah, that's very, very good. I like that. Okay. Well, let's just skip through until some more stuff happens then. So, okay. I've got to hold on. People are depending on me. Yes, Martin Calvert. People are still depending on you. Get a move on, chaps. There's still plenty of work to do. Of course, they're all from England, but I mean, they're from London, so some of them could be like Cockneys, and some of them could be like Poshies. I don't know. Okay, we've got 30 homeless people still. Can we build a better house? Tent. Better than tents. Okay. Wood crates depleted. Oh, that's never a good sign. Okay, where were some other wooden crates? These are nearer, I would say. I would say they're nearer. So let's bosh some 10 more people on that, and that gives us 5 available, does it? So we've got 5 workers and 5 engineers not doing anything. Okay, what could we go and get? Do we want to go and get some more coal? How much coal is in that deposit? 196. Over there is 393. There's some more coal over there. And there. Right, there's loads of coal lying around. Absolutely loads of it. That's very good news. Okay, do we need to go and get some more steel? Can we have some more people on this? Like that? So a couple more people on the steel, and that gives us 3 workers and 5 engineers. Well, how about we head over to get this wood? Everyone else just go and do something. You might as well go and do something rather than nothing. So that'll send you out. Yeah, now we haven't got any food. We haven't got any raw food. We've got plenty of rations, but we've got no raw food. That worries me a little bit. I'll be completely honest. That worries me a little bit. Okay, so in the tech tree, under food, health and shelter, there is a bunkhouse, which then leads down eventually to a house. And the houses can be redesigned and they've got insulation and stuff, but that requires these extra bits to be done, so I've got to unlock these tiers if I then want to get, say, a bunkhouse, which seems like a logical thing to do, or a hot house. That was to do with food. Yeah, there's a little food thing above it. So that's to do with food, although it's a hot house, why everyone can't just go and live in there, I don't know. But yeah, so a bunkhouse would be good, because I imagine it's better than a tent, and it probably fits more people in. So what's this then? Drawing boards. Allow us to research 50 wood. 50 wood, 8 hours. It's a full day pretty much of them working, and it costs 50 wood to research. Okay, that's quite expensive. I mean, is it worth the outlay to get proper houses in to house everybody? I think it might be. I think that might be what we do. And there's a little quandary thing come up here. Workers needed. There's so much to do and not enough hands to do it. A quick way of addressing this problem is to put our children to work. Not right now. It might happen later. I hope not. I really hope I don't have to send children down into coal mines or whatever, because I would feel like a terrible person. But no, not now. Not now, thank you. We might do it later. I will try to avoid it at all costs. But, you know, when needs must. What's that? Oh, it's a person out here having a little sort of issue as well. Family torn apart. Oh, I'm very sorry. Sir, a woman came forward after we built the workshop. She said that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team we'll send out. She urges you to hurry. Okay, well, we'll do what we can. We're researching other things at the minute. We've kind of put the beacon to one side in favour of getting a sawmill. But that's fine. I'm sure you'll understand. I'm sure you'll completely understand. Please understand. Don't rebel and don't get discontent, please. Okay, right. Our sawmill has been researched and the steel wreckage over here has been depleted. So we might as well send people out to some other steel wreckage. That looks fine to me. Yeah, maximum available. Send 10 workers. Good. Now, we need some people to go out and build a sawmill. So where's a good place to build a sawmill? If we do that, how is this going to work? Resources is lit up. Sawmill turns frozen trees into usable material, producing up to 80 wood per standard workday. It costs 10 wood to build. That's fine. Ah, now we're okay. There we go. So it collects it'll get the trees that are green. It will get anything that's green. Okay. That's fine. So if I build it there, that's near quite a lot of things. Not adjacent to street. Is that bad? Does that mean it doesn't work? I've clicked it there because it had a provisional kind of yellow thing to let me build it. Okay, what's that? Not adjacent to street. This building's under construction. Okay. Right. Street. Do I need to build a street? How does one go about building a street, old chap? Ah, there's a button just here. Build street. Well, that would seem to make sense, wouldn't it? What on earth is that thing? Okay, something needs to be built there then. I assume that's space for a mine of some description. Okay, so how can I... okay, build a street to where... How does that work? How do I connect it up? Ah, like that. Okay, well, it's gone green. That's probably a good thing. Minus 15 wood. Yeah, click. Do that. Build a street. If that means that thing can work, then yes, streets are probably a very, very good sign. Okay, it's gone to the end of the day, which is fine. They're making a sort of a street. Is that a street? I'd love to have one more zoom level. I'd love to have one more zoom level to zoom in a tiny bit more just so I can see what that is. It looks like a wooden kind of street thing. So yeah, that's probably a street, a wooden sort of walkway. So if they're going up into there, that's good. Another little sort of thing for us to ponder. Housing protest, sleeping outside. Captain, some of our people are protesting against the lack of housing. Last night was not the first they had to spend outside. They want you to see their needs immediately. I'll provide them with shelter right away. I'll provide them with proper housing. You'll have one day to provide housing better than a tent. That isn't going to happen, or I won't address it right now. Discontentment will rise. Okay, fine, I'll provide them with shelter right away. One day to provide shelter for 15 people. We can do that. We can absolutely do that. Do not rebel. Do not panic, folks. I'm on the case. Okay, yeah, one thing there and another one there. So that should accommodate 20 people, which is fine. So that'll sort that thing out there. Okay, right, well, let's hurry time on then. Nothing else is going on particularly right now. Get the sawmill built. Get that research done. In fact... tech tree, thinking about it. Yay! Shelter promise fulfilled. Hope rises. Splendid. Right, go to normal speed. The tech tree, I can now get us... where was it? Was it that one? The beacon. So yeah, let's start researching a beacon for 10 wood. Splendid. There we go. And then hopefully this will be finished soon. Less than an hour. Okay, well, if we just hurry that on, that'll be in less than a few seconds. Right, we need some people to come and work here. Okay, I don't want to take people away from... coal grabbing because that's probably very important. I think we might need the coal, so yeah, let's leave everybody on the coal. How about we take people off of steel duty right now? What's that? Is that steel? That's wood crates. That is steel wreckage. Right, can we zoom out? Right, that's steel wreckage. Let's take away... how many people work there? 10 people. So let's put none there and set you to be maximum workers. There we go. So we've got 10 people in the sawmill, but people are not going to be gathering steel right now. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. We can cope with that. We kind of need the hunters to come back. Raw food, about 6 hours. Yeah, it'd be really good if the hunters could come back and give us some food, because our people are going to get very hungry very quickly. Okay, so the weather changes. So the weather is cold, and apparently, according to this little thing up here, which I was notified to in the tutorial thingy-bob, it's about to get colder. The temperature will drop significantly 2 levels. So that's going to be a doozy then, isn't it? It's going to get even colder. You're going to put on 2 pairs of socks, everybody. And with day 4 just beginning, I think we are going to leave it there. I think this is a good point to call it quits. I have built an extra little tent area here, just to make sure that everybody now has a house. So when that's finished, there will be no homeless, which has surely got to be good for hope and discontent. It's got to raise hope and take down discontent. Because, yeah, look, citizen needs lack of shelter. Once they've got a shelter, surely that will drop down to hardly anything, which is very, very good. So that's quite good. And we've got the basic provisions of everything else. And we've got coal. The generator is on and it's working. We've got some food. We've got the cookhouse. And we have got some hunters going out to do some stuff. They'll come back in about 1 hour. So the food rations will top up, which is a good thing. We've got the research thing going. That's good. We've got our sawmill over here, so they can go and chop down some trees and get us lots of wood, because wood is required for lots of things, not only building, but it's a primary thing by the look of it in research. So it's going to be key. We need as much of that as we can get. Although surely there is only going to be a finite amount of wood. Surely there's only going to be a certain amount of wood. There's only a certain amount of trees and crates around this place, unless we can grow some ourselves. I don't know. Grow some trees to chop them down? I don't know. Maybe that happens later on. But yeah, I think this is a good point to leave it. So next time out, we're going to have this thing up here. I was alerted to in the tutorial. A temperature drop, which is a bit worrying because it's already a little bit chilly. Minus 20 degrees C, little bit frosty on the toes and the other places. So, yeah, I don't know how low that's going to go to, but drop significantly by 2 levels. creeps back up a couple of days later by 1 level. But yeah, this is the warmest it's going to be for a little while. Minus 20 degrees C is going to be the warmest this place is going to be for at least the next, 4 days. So that's nice. A positively tropical minus 20 degrees. People will be there. Do you remember on day 3, it was minus 20. Oh, you wouldn't believe it. I went out in only 3 coats. Oh, really? Wow, I can only imagine. But yeah, so there we go. We'll see what happens there. And we're going to get the beacon next time out. And then we'll see what that does, because then we can go scouting the area around us, which will bring in resources and, more importantly, other people. Because at the minute, we're a bit pushed for people. We're a little bit pushed for people to go and do stuff. Yeah, and that does make me think. There's 15 children there not doing anything. 15 children just sitting about. Surely they could go and gather some stuff or work in the cookhouse or whatever. I don't know, but they could do something. So yeah, but maybe the scouting thing will bring back some people, which, yes, will increase the demands of food, but also it will increase our number of people to go out and get stuff. So we could put most of the people we find back into hunting, possibly. That might be a good idea initially. But that is it for now. So please let me know what you think. Now, I know this has been done to death on YouTube and Twitch and such like, but I just wanted to play it. I wanted to play it because I've been looking forward to it for absolutely ages. And I think it's an interesting game that you can play. I think it shows different ways of thinking of things, and you try morals. It's a moral dilemma. You're put into little moral quandaries every so often that you have to try and resolve. So I hope you are enjoying this, and I hope you find it interesting. If you do, please do leave a like, and also please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on. Can we survive? I don't know. So yeah, subscribe to find out. And also please leave me any comments to let me know what you thought. Is it good? Is it bad? Do you want to see more, less, that kind of thing? But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. Let's follow Matt Spence, aka Duke Nukem, as he chases after a dirty villain. There are a lot of angry people still. I don't know why. Never ever employ him, he's terrible. This place is full of rats. Timothy Robles with your kind of crazy eyes. You have tea leaves in for one of my shops.